All right, what we want to talk about is monopolistically competitive markets. This is a market structure that is defined by these characteristics. It has many different sellers. They're all competing for the same group of customers. Okay? Uh, there is product differentiation there. And by that we mean that the products are similar, but the producers try to make them different. For example, many people claim there's a difference between Coke and Pepsi. Two soft drinks and similar in color, certainly, and some would argue there's very little difference, but certainly they try to differentiate their products through advertising and marketing. Another characteristic of monopolistically competitive markets are that there is free entry and exit, meaning that it's easy for firms to join this industry, and it's also easy for firms to leave the industry. And in the end, we're going to see that the number of firms or businesses in this industry is going to adjust to where economic profits are equal to zero. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the short run. In the short run, a monopolistically competitive firm acts more like a monopoly than a competitive market. And by doing so, they're going to try to operate at a profit. Well, all businesses do. All right. Now, we learned earlier in studying different market structures that profit maximization or loss minimization comes at producing the quantity where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. However, we locate the price on the demand curve. And if the price we're charging for the quantity that we determined by the intersection of the marginal revenue and marginal cost curve, if that price is greater than the average total cost, then that firm, monopolistically competitive firm, is making a profit. If it's less than the price, then they're making a loss. Okay, let me show you that graphic. Well, we jumped a little too far. Sorry. I hate it when that happens. Now, all right. Now we're talking. Okay. Two graphs here, panel A and panel B, showing a monopolistically competitive firm in the short run. All right. Notice that in the one on the left, panel A, we're going to operate at what quantity? Profit maximizing quantity, and sorry, the cursor changes shape to a four-headed arrow. We're going to operate here because here's our marginal revenue curve, here's our marginal cost curve. And to maximize profit, we operate at that quantity. That doesn't mean that's the price we're going to charge, but that's the quantity we're going to produce. But at this quantity, we should go all the way up to the demand curve to get the price, which would be right here. Well, notice we have our typically U-shaped average total cost curve, and for this quantity, the average total cost is below the price that we're going to charge, see, for the quantity that we're going to produce. And so therefore, this firm shown in panel A or on the left here is making a profit. And they show you that by this rectangle right here. And the panel over here on the right hand side, or panel B, we also produce at the quantity where marginal cost and marginal revenue curves intersect. That gives us the quantity that we're going to do. And remember, that will always either give you the profit maximizing or the loss minimizing quantity. So that's where we want to, the quantity we want. The price, once again, is found by going up to the demand curve because that's all people are willing to pay. The demand curve, you remember, graphically shows us the prices that people are willing to pay for certain quantities. Right? However, at this price or quantity that we choose to sell, the average total cost is higher right here for this given quantity than the price that we're going to charge. And so therefore, this rectangle represents a loss. Now, what do you think might happen in an industry where, at least in the short run, firms are making a profit? There's going to be more firms that enter into that industry. Conversely, if firms are making a loss in the short run in a monopolistically competitive market structure, then they're going to be leaving the industry. Okay, and as we're going to see in the long run, we're going to get down to zero economic profit. I'll show you that in a minute.